Hey everyone, welcome to my Super Mario Flash TAS. This TAS was made using version 3.0 of the game, which is the most recent and most complete version. It contains 10 levels, whereas the other versions only contain 6. Basically, this game was Mario Maker before Mario Maker was released. If you want to share a level back in the day, you'd use this game's level editor. Right now, Mario doing 3 frame perfect jumps to clear the Goombas and the 7-block jump without slowing down. Mario also only has 1 jump height in this game, and so that makes a lot of jumps more difficult because you have to do a frame perfect jump to get to the other end, and you can't adjust your jump height accordingly. Next, we're going to be seeing Mario doing a trick called the fast elevator platform here. Basically, we're going to be slowing down slightly. Since Mario runs at 6 pixels per frame, it turns out that you can actually catch this elevator platform on 2 pixels, but they don't line up with the pixels that you're running. And so by slowing down slightly, you can catch an earlier cycle, saving 0.3 seconds. Another trick that's seen a lot throughout this game is the corner boost. Basically, if you jump into the corner of a block, it'll push you forward up to 7 pixels, like that. And since Mario runs at 6 pixels per frame, that saves between 1 and 2 frames. In the next level, we're going to be seeing Mario pick up a fire flower, and we're going to be keeping that fire flower all the way until level 10 of the game. And you might be wondering, why do we pick it up in level 3? And the answer to that is, we have to wait for some platforms anyway to move back. So like right here, that platform has to come back before we can ride on it. And since there are some conveniently located power-ups, we can just grab those as we're waiting. For the second one right here, it's much harder than the first one. We actually have to go to the right side of the blocks instead of the left side, because otherwise it would despawn the platform, and that makes the timing quite difficult. And we're closing out the level with a few KOOPA bounces to skip riding the platforms, and then a bullet bounce at the end. Level 4 has some corner boosts, but overall it's fairly easy, so I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about how this TAS was made. Since this is a Flash game, TASing it was not easy. There's no emulator you can use, and so I had to make my own tools for this game. And the downside is I did not have access to save states, I did not have access to frame advance. Every time I wanted to look at whether my inputs worked, I had to replay the entire TAS. Thankfully, I could go level by level and then just combine the levels together, which made it less painful, but it was still quite a long process. That's also why the re-record count is NA, because I haven't kept track of the re-record count, and also, I don't know if you could even call it a re-record because I'm not loading a save state. I'm just replaying the entire game up to that point. In this level, we're going to be seeing Mario do 2 pipe jumps while killing the piranhas inside, saving a little bit of time over Small Mario. Fire Mario also saves a lot of time over Small Mario in level 7. In fact, being big in level 7 is so important that even the IL world record, which starts as small, picks up a power-up. Here we're going to be seeing Bowser for the first time. Wait, where's Bowser? Oh right, it turns out that, for some reason, if you get good RNG, Bowser can just completely vanish. I don't know why this happens, but for some reason it's possible. And with that, the first half of the game is done, so we're going to be entering level 6. Here, this is also a fairly tame level, so I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about the category. But first, here, it would be possible to go under and do a corner boost there, but it turns out that it's actually slower, because since Mario runs at 6 pixels per frame, your pixel alignment changes, and so for the steers at the end, you actually have to slow down more if you do that corner boost. So talking about this category, this is any % glitchless, this does not use the cheats menu, this does not use speed glitch, and it does not use permanent invincibility glitch. And the reason I chose this category is because it's the most actively run category RTA. And so it was the category that I was most interested in seeing what the theoretical time limit is. Here at the beginning of the level, if you blinked, you probably missed the crouch under that question block. Here I did some piranha plant jumps. You have to slow down for those as Small Mario, which loses you about 1 to 2 seconds. The corner duck jump at the start of the level works like this. Essentially, you can only duck while you're not pressing right. And while you're not pressing right, the game slows you down. But if you hold right there, you'll just bonk into the question block. But if you duck for 2 frames right as you're passing underneath the question block, then you can avoid bonking and losing all your speed, and so it is slightly faster. Right now we're going into level 8, the second hardest level in the game. The reason it's so hard is there's this trick at the end of the level called AFNFJ, and essentially what it is you have to line up 2 platforms perfectly, a horizontal moving platform and a vertical moving platform, and jump off the vertical platform at the perfect time to land on the horizontal one, ride the horizontal one as far as possible, so right here, spawning the horizontal platform at the perfect time, jumping as late as possible, riding the horizontal platform to gain just enough pixels to make that jump. And that is an incredibly difficult trick. As far as I know, only 2 people have ever done it RTA. Now, heading into level 9. Level 9 is somewhat challenging, but it's also not the most difficult level. The reason it's hard is because of turnbacks. Right here, you have to do a turnback to get over that wall, and so optimizing turnbacks is quite difficult. Here, I also save a little bit more time over using Small Mario, because that corner boost cannot be done as Small Mario. And then there, killing the Koopa, but unfortunately having to slow down up the stairs. Now into, I don't even know if you'd consider this a level, but into Passage 1, which technically within the game is considered a pipe transition. This jump right here is actually a 2-frame jump, so even Passage 1 is quite challenging in this game. But overall, this game has a reputation for being extremely difficult. Now heading into the final level, which is also the hardest one, the Koopa Castle. It turns out that if you start this level as Big Mario, you can do a slightly faster strategy right there to get into the turn blocks, and I take damage there, so I don't have to wait for the fire bar to move, saving about 0.5 seconds. It turns out that it's also faster to re-grab fire in this room, just re-grab mushroom, because in the next room, we have to either wait for a fire bar, or do a really weird avoiding hitbox jump. Basically, the fire bar's hitbox is only at the edge of the fire bar, and so you could just jump through the middle of the fire bar, but it's still faster to grab Big Mario and then jump the normal way. Here, doing a piranha block jump, I believe that one is pixel perfect, and that saves the need to do an extra jump, so it's slightly faster. It is also extremely difficult, as far as I know it's never been done RTA. Heading into the second to last section of Bowser's Castle, and this room is essentially just a transition to Bowser. I want to note that this Bowser pattern is actually impossible to get, because Bowser will always move, but I didn't want to remove Bowser from the final TAS completely, and I also didn't want to end up with inconsistent RNG, so I decided to do this. It is still very much possible to run past him without slowing down. And this ends with the final time of 8:21.430 RTA timing. Thank you guys for watching. If you appreciated this video, I would really love if you could give it a like, and see you guys next time.